Most of you guys and gals know I carry a Colt lightweight Commander. Not anymore. Okay everybody, welcome to the Hideout, and today I'm going to release my new everyday carry platform. Well, I say everyday, 99% of the time what it's going to be. But before we get started, please click subscribe. I really appreciate it. Click that ringy dingy out there. I know you guys get tired of hearing me say this shit, but I have to say it because I appreciate it, and nobody's going to do it if I don't ask them to. Click like when you do, tell me when you don't. Let's have a little discussion back and forth. And one more thing, on my email at sgt1911.com, I checked the junk folder recently, and I had some emails in there that went to my junk folder. I apologize, guys and gals, for them going to the junk folder and me not checking it. I don't blow people off. It just went to the junk folder. My bad. I'll start doing a better job. Okay, we're going to talk about what hopefully my new everyday carry is. Now, I say it hopefully because I really am liking this pistol, but the truth is I've not fired it yet. So all I can go by is what I've felt in my hands, the way I've pulled the trigger, the way I've done a few things, and we'll see. I'm going to start by saying this though. I bought a new holster. Now, I bought this holster and I let this pistol sit in this holster for several weeks, just sitting. You guys know you're supposed to do this to break them in, whatnot, right? But anyway, I let it sit in there to just break it in. I'm gonna give you a little shot of the holster first. This is a Galco. And now what I like about it is, and I'm going to demonstrate it in a little bit, it's got a little bit of a Western flair to it, but it's leather, which I dig with a 1911. If I'm going to have a plastic gun, I'll carry a plastic holster. With a 1911, you know, it's kind of like putting a cubic zirconium on Mrs. Sarge 1911's finger. That's a no-no. You put something nice on that finger, you put leather on a 1911. But I like this little deal right here. Now I can carry this thing cocked and locked, and I can slide this up, and that'll be between the hammer. And if it did fall, I just got another safety there. I can unsnap it or I can fold it over. But anyway, this will be my everyday carry holster. Now let's look. What I've got, I bought used. Best way to buy one when you can find a nice one. I bought a Sig Nightmare. Now I'm going to try to go over this as good as I can. You know, this come out of Sig's custom shop a few years ago. Now they got the Equinox, which is about, really looks almost like the same thing. But this is a Nightmare, 4.2 inch 1911 Commander size. They call it carry, that means Commander. But it's a 45 ACP, and it's just as black as the night is. And you know, I just want you to have a look at it. I think it's an attractive handgun, and then we're going to point out a few things about it. Let's say, at first, it's got some contrasting, you know, the back strap's contrasting, the bump back is contrasting, the safety's contrasting, the trigger's contrasting. It's got some contrasting colors there, so it's not just all blacked out, but it is black. It's got some G10 double diamond pistol grips on it, which I'm really digging. You know, Brown Works, let me throw a shout out to him. He does some cool brown, some wood ones. And I'm debating on changing these, and I've contacted him. He'll do them for me, put my Sarge 1911 logo on there, but I just don't know yet. I'm kind of hooked on these. But let's just look. We got a big memory bump. Got a big beaver tail, nice combat style hammer, and we got the Sig night lights on them. Now these night sights, they are white in the day, they grow green at night. And one thing I do like about them is they're low profile. Look at them, they're not just a straight up, so they're going to be good to get out of the holster. We got some serrations on the back, not on the front. Now we'll like slide back, let you look at it. It's got a big, huge ejection port on it. You can see that. It's got a little beveled out piece here to help you give a little bit of clearance for that 45 fat case to come flying its ass out of there. Now, one thing about this thing is it's not traditional 1911, is because it's, and I'm gonna point it at you. You'll notice the slide's not round, it's not angled, it's not square. It's got a little bit of modernization, I'm gonna call it, to the shape of it. It still works in a 1911 holster, and that's all good. It's still got a nice round trigger guard. There is no rail on it. You guys know I'm really liking that so far. It does not have an ambidextrous safety. Booyah! You know I don't like the ambidextrous safeties on them, but it just has some other things I'm really digging. It's got some nice checkering up here in the front. Really nice. It's got some really nice checkering here in the back. Really nice. The magazine release sticks out 1/4 inch probably. I don't know how far it sticks out. Way the hell out there. And it's got a nice amount of tension on it. Nothing too long, nothing too hard, nothing too soft. Now, one thing I like, you know how I feel about my 1911, it's got this, what we call a fastback, got this rounded curve there. A lot of handguns are getting that. Why? Because it's just as not squared, it's easier to catch. But you know, one thing I was sitting here fondling this thing thinking about, I might not leave as big a dent in someone's head since that's rounded instead of squared. That squared you might need a damn stitch or two, but rounded it might just be a little dent. But I'm liking it. Now, SIGs, you guys who watch the channel know, out of the box, I believe a Sig Saur 1911 is one of the top of the line before you get to a custom. Now I'm going to do a trigger pull on this and see how well we can get. Everybody knows I like it to be below 4, and I'm pulling 3.13. And here's the thing, guys, I'm going to try it one more time. I've done this 4 or 5 times sitting here waiting for this video to get started, and let's see how close we get to that again. 3.128. So we're almost at 3.13 every time that you pull the trigger. It's just freaking excellent. What can I say about it? One thing I did notice, and it just, the trigger on it, and you know, it's got the 2 little holes in here, but I'm going to put this up there because I think it's just kind of freaking cute. I thought about the Punisher when I seen that trigger like that, like 2 freaking eyes of Batman looking at you, gonna whip your ass, the Punisher. I don't know how I noticed that, but I did. The one thing I did not like about the handgun, 8-round magazine. 8 rounds I like, but look how it sticks out the bottom. That kind of defeats the purpose of my fastback in my mind. Does it? 8's always better than 7, but if I go to a 7-round magazine, let me put that one in there real quick. Now, I've took full advantage of that fastback there, so I don't know, guys, I'm digging it. I hadn't shot it yet. Like I said, it's been sitting in this holster for several weeks, just like that. You'll see it. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about with this holster. Now, I can ride that strap up there like that. At any time, I can unsnap it, or I can just fold it together, fold it forward and let it ride and leave it snap. So I'm really like this holster. I've been kind of looking for one that's got like a, you know, almost a Western flair, but not no damn concho shit hanging off of it, but just, you know, something that's not plastic, but something that looks good with leather. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, shoot me some questions. We're gonna go outside and see how it runs. I bet you this thing's gonna run fine. We're gonna go see the bang, bang, bang at it and see if we can shoot some bad guys. Okay, gang, we're out at the range, and welcome to my nightmare. Sig 1911 commander size carry fastback 45 ACP nightmare. I'm digging it. You know, we're gonna shoot it. I've not shot it. It's been sitting in the holster for a few weeks. What else have I got new? Hearing protection. I'm gonna tell you the truth, guys. I'm not fond of this crap. I find it uncomfortable, but the truth is I'm deaf as shit, so if you want to laugh at me and kiss my ass, I'm trying to get where I can hear Mrs. Saur 1911 scream at me every once in a while. Oh, this is cool, modern technology. Okay, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna shoot the 1 8-round magazine that came with it first. See what happens. Man, I'm really liking the way that thing feels. Like I said, I'm not real fond of this, but I like the way it feels. I like it, I like it. Nothing to not like. Man, I don't know. These little hearing things are gonna be hard for me to get used to. I'm too old school. Got a nice feel to it. I tell you what I might do though. I don't know if you guys ever done it. Some people call it jeweler's rouge. Some people know it when you're polishing the cylinders of an engine. When you're rebuilding the engine, you want polishing. I might take something like that polish, pull this slide off. It's smooth, but man, it's not ice. You know what I mean? I want ice on ice. And then, you know, I'm not quite there, but man, you know, the weapon's not been fired much. Maybe we just need to keep shooting. I got a couple Wilson Combat 10 rounders out here. Let's see what happens. Boy, this sounds funny with this stuff on. Fun, 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 baby. Fun. I like the trigger. It's consistent. The magazine release is good. There is nothing I don't like about this, yeah? Try this little holster. All new, all new. And what am I gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to practice, practice, practice. That's just all I can do, practice. Keep shooting, keep shooting. Let me know in the comments, guys and gals, what you think. Sig 1911 Nightmare, been out a few years. It's a limited production and limited run. I don't think you're gonna find one new, but I bet you can find one used like I did. It's a good looking handgun, feels good. Nothing to not like. Sig's always what they say they are. Booyah! I like it, guys. Listen, I think this is it. You ever heard Meatloaf's song? Let me sleep on it and I'll tell you in the morning. Till we get to shoot again. Shoot safe and shoot straight. Whew.